West Ham have made 3 bids, possibly 4, depending on what you read and who you believe. But with that in mind, perhaps you don't believe either of those reports, and I would understand anyone that is a little bit suspicious at the moment. But certainly, the reports last night were claiming that West Ham made 3 bids for 3 separate players. Actually, I don't know if it said that. It just said that we made 3 bids. I'm just assuming there's 3 separate players. Maybe we've made 2 bids for the same player. Fernandez of Southampton, we've said we would like to bid 35 million, but we'd also like to bid 40 million. But he got a James Ward-Prowse as well. But with the assumption we've gone in for 3 different players, that's what the report is saying. But ex-employee went one further and said actually there's 4 bids in at the moment. Now Sean Whetstone said that we are hoping to sign 1, possibly 2, unlikely to be 3. So make of that what you will. I'm going to tell you exactly what all the reports said and how it played out last night. I'm going to give you my thoughts as well. But welcome to Hammer's Chat. If you're new here, please do subscribe. If you're not sure if you're new here, please do subscribe. If you think you've subscribed, just double check that you've subscribed. And let's keep this number bouncing up. A massive thank you to everyone that has subscribed. On YouTube, you get a rolling 28-day period sort of figure, and it's over 1,000 subscribers at the minute. It's a massive thank you. And also please do keep dropping likes on the video as well by clicking the thumbs up button. Getting well over 1,000 likes at the minute, which is incredible, so thank you for your support. So it came out last night, we'd bid for 3 players. Sean said that about, you know, likely 1, possibly 2, unlikely 3, and then X said there's 4 bids. It came out that Fernandez is one of those players of Southampton, which makes sense. We had the bid rejected what feels like a couple of weeks ago now, doesn't it? Which was okay. I thought our opening bid worth 30 million was fair. I don't think it was a disgrace. I don't think it was embarrassing. I think it was always going to be rejected given their valuation of 50 million. But I think it was always going to be rejected because it was our opening bid. No one accepts the opening bid. If you do, you probably bid too high. If someone accepts your first bid, you probably bid too much and they're taking it while they can. Well, I was surprised at how quickly we just gave up the negotiations. I'm not surprised that we've gone back in because he's still at Southampton, although he is playing games now. Watched him on Sunday against Ipswich. He was okay, 5, 6 out of 10. He wasn't fantastic, but I always wonder when you're watching players like him at the minute, how much effort they're really putting in. Because he was neat and tidy on the ball. There was just, I felt, a lack of commitment from him, probably just to avoid injury. For someone that's hoping to leave Southampton, and obviously at that time there was just over 2 weeks of the window left, he's thinking, I'm not going to risk any injury, because if I'm out for a month, I ain't going anywhere. I'm stuck here for until January at the earliest, and not every team wants to spend big money in January, because anyone looking at Fernandez now, if they couldn't get him, they wouldn't keep the money till January and go get him. They'd go get someone else instead. So I think there's an element of him just being a little bit cautious at the moment and trying to avoid injury. So he was average against Ipswich, but I didn't take that as a reflection of him. I took it as a reflection of the set of circumstances he's in. So apparently we've gone back in with another bid for him. And I think if we want him, and we really want him, and apparently we do, apparently he's Graham Potter's #1 target, or his latest #1 target after Suzuki, Harvey Elliott, Jacob Ramsey. I'm sure there's a few other #1 targets this summer, but he's the current #1 target for Graham Potter. It may take 40 million. It may take just under 40 million. But I think there will be a deal there to be struck. Southampton are open to selling him. Fernandez apparently wants to leave. We want to sign him. Everything that you need for a transfer to happen is ticking all the boxes here a little bit. It's a bit like us with Leicester and Hermansen. We wanted to buy, they wanted to sell, he wanted to leave. Tick, tick, tick. No one's gone in for him since we've made that £30 million bid. No other club, to my knowledge, has gone, oh, is that all? We're going to go in at 35 and test the waters. Everybody's sort of just left us to it. So it feels a bit like a one-horse race, really. Now, I've seen West Ham lose one-horse races before, so I'm not going to get my hopes up. But if Fernandez is one of the trio, I'd actually be more surprised if he wasn't. So it'll be interesting to see how we get on with that one. I feel like it's possibly going to happen, that deal. I don't see why it wouldn't do. You know, you look at moving Alvarez on loan, and I've given my thoughts on it, who is a little bit in limbo at the minute. By the sounds of it, he doesn't want to go to Fenerbahce. He'd rather go somewhere else, and there's a few clubs linked to him. Inter Milan, Dortmund, Ajax, of course, Porto. And apparently Alvarez would prefer to go to one of the other ones, but they ain't offering what Fenerbahce is offering. But with the assumption we were to get 3 million loan fee and 100% of his wages paid, and he was on 100 grand a week, well, loaning Alvarez out for the season, it's not quite a year, is it? But it'd be about 7 million or something it's worth to West Ham. Well, it's a lot of money then if you can then add that on to what you're offering for a player. Loaning Alvarez out would then free up 6-7 million to put onto that 30 million that we'd previously offered for Fernandez. So suddenly we're into a deal should be struck around here kind of regions. We'll wait and see. As I said, as a buying club, we start low, work up. As a selling club, they start high and work down. A bit like us and Casadó. You try and meet in the middle, but in the case of Casadó, it's a little bit more towards Spurs than West Ham. As for the other players, people are just guessing, really, and that's all you can do. And to be honest with you, I don't want the names leaked. I don't like it. I don't like any of these leaks. But I think Mukau of Leo feels a bit more substantial than the other rumours. Hayden Hackney's a name. There's a Barcelona midfielder being linked to us at the minute as well. I'd love Hayden Hackney. The one thing I will say is I'd like to get 2 different midfielders. I don't want to get 2 players that are the same profile. I don't think we need that. I'd rather have more of a number 6 and more of a number 8. And I should add, the caveat to all this is if Paqueta does go, which I still think it's us that's trying to flog him, then another guy needs to come in as well. I want to see 2 plus Paqueta staying at the club. I don't mind if Rodriguez or Irving goes. I don't think they need to be replaced. But if, say, Souček left, I'd be like, right, we now need a goal-scoring midfielder brought into the club as well, on top of the additional 2. I think Souček and Paqueta are the 2 that I'd look at. If they left, I'd say, right, we're going to need a 3rd one as well. The other ones, Ward-Prowse, Rodriguez, Irving, it's fine. I think the 2 coming in cover them. I'm not that bothered. We'll wait and see. I'm just more... By the way, I will stress, I do believe we're bidding for players. Of course I feel like, of course we are. That's my mentality. Of course we're bidding for players. Why would we not be? Whether we're bidding for the players I'd like or we're going to get the deals done, that's a different conversation. But do I believe that in the last week that we have been trying to sign someone, or we've been speaking to clubs and agents and players? Yeah, I do. I actually, whilst at the time Brady's answer on talkSport frustrated me, which was, do you think you need more pace in midfield? And she practically laughed and said, well, yeah, everyone can see that we do. At the time, it really frustrated me because I thought, well, why have we not done anything about it then? Like, if it's that obvious, how come we've not got anyone? That was my reaction. But this was less than 24 hours after just getting pumped by Sunderland at the Stadium of Light. One of the subscribers on my other channel told me Sunderland fans are calling it after Saturday's Stadium of Light work. I like that one. It's funny. I wish I thought of that for the review, but good one. But so when Brady said that, I was frustrated. But actually now I'm calmer and I'm thinking, well, good. At least they're bloody aware of it. And if she's speaking about it, then the club are 100% aware of it and trying to do something about it. I don't mind what's coming out that we've bid for 3 players. I believe that we probably have bid for 3 players. Or I believe we've probably made inquiries for 3 players, and we're maybe not. I think it's testing the waters. I think that phrase was used last night. I'd imagine we're doing that for 3-4 players. Whether we've made official bids or not, I'm not so sure. Clubs these days tend to not do it. They do the legwork first, don't they? They speak to the agents to find out if the players are interested. They do all the legwork, find out if the deal's going to happen, and then they put in the formal bid, because it takes a lot of work. These deals are worth tens of millions of pounds. You don't just ring up and say, I'd like to bid 35 million, goodbye. It's all structured, etc. So you find out, you gauge interest before you waste your time potentially. So I'd imagine we're doing the finding out part at the moment for players. I think it's a normal thing to do. So I believe that. The bit I don't like is that it's leaked. I don't like that this has come out. I made my feelings clear a couple of days ago. Stand by. I don't want to hear this noise coming out. I don't want to hear it. Just get on with it. Shut up. Don't speak to anyone. When people email you asking for information, and it's West Ham fans that are doing it, it's not journalists that have absolutely no connection to West Ham doing it. It's not Matt Law. It's West Ham fans that are getting in touch with David Sullivan, asking him questions for information so they can put it out there. And I guess I'm no better because I'm making content off the back of the information as well. I'm just not the one that contacts Sullivan asking for crumbs so I can put it out there. But one person emailed last night, got the information, created content with it, passed it along, they created content, passed it along, they created content, and round it goes. I'm just the fifth or sixth person in the food chain. I'm just a little bit further down. I wait for them to do their stuff and I react off the back of it. But I'd rather have nothing to react to. I've got plenty of stuff to talk about. I don't need this. I'm only talking about it because it's the big news, right? I'm looking forward to doing, well, I'm doing the Chelsea preview later. That doesn't require David Sullivan. I want to talk about an issue I have with Graham Potter's tactics off the back of Saturday going into Friday. I don't need Sullivan for that. I've got plenty of content to do, plenty of things to talk about. I just don't like this getting leaked. I think, shut up, read the room, right? No one trusts you at the minute. Trust is at an all-time low again. People don't want to hear this noise because actually I think this news that we've made inquiries for 4 players, I think it's very believable. But I think a lot of people won't believe it. And it's because they just don't trust the board. And I understand why. I understand why people right now will be listening to me going, oh, we've not made bids for anyone. Shut up, Gio. I get the reaction. I don't think it's a reflection of me believing it. I think it's a reflection of their opinion regarding the board and circumstances at West Ham right now. We play Chelsea in a little over 48 hours. No one's arsed. No one's talking about the game. It's because the transfer window's on. Everyone's frustrated. Everyone's energy is focused on that. No, I just wish they'd shut up. I wish Sullivan would stop replying to people, batten down the hatches. I want to see stuff, not hear stuff. I want to see someone coming out before the game against Chelsea, or coming onto the pitch at half-time, whether it be Fernandez, whether it be Mukau, whoever it is, Hayden Hackney, come out with their shirt held up. We've got a new signing for you all. Because it needs to be done by 12 o'clock tomorrow to play against Chelsea. I'm going to suggest that that's not going to happen, right? So the next best thing is it gets done on Friday and he's able to play against Wolves on Tuesday. And Friday night we can announce it on the pitch again. Get a little bit of positivity back among the fans that are there. Shut up. Get stuff done. Stop leaking this information because it actually doesn't do any good. Telling people, oh yeah, we bid for 3 players. That doesn't benefit anyone. The people that do believe it doesn't necessarily mean that they are confident, and then a lot of people just don't believe it anyway. I've had enough of the leaks. I've had enough of whatever you want to call it, spin. And the thing is, like I said, I believe we bid for them. I just hate this messaging thing. Shut up, get your bids in, get negotiating, and get the players in that will make a difference to us this season. Because if you get it right, we might be all right. But if you don't, we're bang in trouble. But regardless of whether the leak stuff or that's not going to make a difference. The only difference it does make is it winds people up. And I don't like it. I don't like seeing people get wound up. And I think that's what they're doing by doing this information. But it comes off the back of people contacting Sullivan looking for information. I just wish it would all stop for the next... Why can't I do simple maths? 12 days? Is that how long we've got left of the transfer window? I think we've got 12 days left. The next 12 days, just shoosh. Everyone shoosh. Club, get on with it. Get business done. That's my take on it anyway. I'm hopeful. I'm confident we'll sign more players. I'm confident whether or not we sign the players I want or the amount of players I want, I don't think we will. But I'm confident we will sign at least one more player between now and... Is that enough? No. But we will make signings. Whether it's one of these 3 or 4 that we've bid for now. Possibly. Like I said, I don't think there's much competition for Fernandez right now. Southampton want to get money in. Everton haven't gone back in for Dibbling as of yet. So you've got a chance there to go get Fernandez. You wait till Dibbling goes, you're in trouble because Southampton now flush with cash. They don't need to sell Fernandez anymore. So if that's the guy, go get him. Personally, I'm a fan of Fernandez. Mukau, I've only seen him play 1 game. I'm a big fan of Hayden Hackney. You guys know this. I would love Hayden Hackney at West Ham. Hopefully, we can get at least 2 midfielders in because I think that's what we need at least. Time will tell. Anyway, I'm off. Thank you very much for joining me. I'll be back later on today on this channel with Gonzo with our Chelsea preview. Would love to say I'm looking forward to it, but I'm looking forward to discussing it anyway, but I'll catch up with you then. Please do drop a like on the video if you haven't done so already. Get involved in the comments below. Let me know your thoughts on everything at West Ham at the moment, and I'll catch you in a bit.